Yep. That's some new pedals. And over here is a mess. Well, stick around and I'll tell you what happened on that. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're changing out our pedals because over the weekend, and I'd already loosened these up. I already changed the other side. And I thought, you know, I already blew it once by not filming what happened. And let's not do that again. Put that down there. I put a little dab of grease on this already. And these are a little bit different. See, these ones, I don't know if you can see that or not, but they require an Allen wrench on the other side to go in. And so we're going to go ahead and get that started. They also, oh boy, it's hot today. They also have some cleats on them here, not cleats, but some little spikes to kind of grab your feet a little bit better. So we'll get on them and try this out here in just a second. But I will say, pretty snazzy on the color. And let's look at this other one here real quick. Holy cow, is that a mess. So, let me go ahead and change my shoes. You'll know why I do here in just a second. And then we'll head out. I'll tell you what happened on that, and we'll see what else we get into. Yeah. Take a look at this, boy. I tell you what, I can't see nothing in the sun here. So, I really should have recorded what happened here, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all that, you know, Michelle and I was out this past weekend. We were out riding, and we come up some steps. They had a ramp right there, and so I come on up, and I waited for Michelle, and I stood there and waited for a second for her to get through, because it was kind of a rough trail getting up to it. And she had a little bit of trouble getting, you had to go up a couple of steps, and then you could set your bike on a ramp and just hit the walk mode, and it would go right up there. And she said, I could see she was having a little trouble with the ramp, so I thought I'll go down there. And I went to step, and my shoe stayed right where it was, and my foot just come right out of it. I thought that was strange. I mean, I could feel it was stuck. And so I went to grab it, and I tell you, I really should have videoed this, because I had the camera right there, but I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to get it out. I mean, I had to pry it out of whatever that was, some type of a super tight glue. It was about a half an inch thick or so, and so I got it out of there, and of course it was all over my shoe, and so I wiped it in some dirt to try and make sure it, you know, didn't get all over everything else, and well, that didn't really work so well. But, you know, I did get it out. We brought Michelle's bike up, and so I took off, and my pedal just on that side become a disaster. And it was so bad that when I got back to the car, I just took in shoes and threw them away. I thought, they're ruined. I'll never get that stuff out. And it wasn't drying at all. It was just a real hard, sticky, like I said, it felt like some type of almost a Super Duty hide glue is what it reminded me of, if you've ever worked with hide glue. But anyway, so I had to get some new shoes, and I thought I'll clean up the pedals. I tried to clean it up a little bit. There was no way, it just wasn't coming off at all. And so I said, well, we'll just order some new pedals. Of course, you've seen them, and I got to tell you, they're pretty nice. They kind of take a hold of your feet, and they do have some extras of those little studs and a little tiny wrench that you can pop into there, that you can change them out. And so, and they were, I don't know, 20 bucks, $21, something like that. You know what? We'll make that the featured product. That'll be the first one in the link. That'll be the first link right under the description. We'll make that our featured product for the day. I thought they were kind of nice on the red. Getting more and more looking at style as I get older. Overfunction. No, not overfunction. Not overfunction. Because I did want to get some decent ones. But we went ahead and ended up getting some new shoes too. So all that stuff come in. So I went ahead and changed them out. And I'm just taking it out here to see how it's going. The other thing I'm kind of checking out today is the DJI mic. I think it's going to be just wonderful for solo, but I could have just brought a lavalier mic for that. But I'm still doing a little, when I say testing, I mean I'm just trying to dial it in, see if we got to make any changes anywhere. And then the other thing that I'm kind of messing with a little bit is my GoPro camera seemed to have gotten angled down a little bit more over time. I'm not sure what happened there, but I didn't like the last video that I did. It was setting too low. There was too much of the handlebars. You know, that should be at the very bottom of the screen, and that should be it. I'd like to not even see much of that. But so I'm kind of messing around with that a little bit, checking the angles out today while I'm out, see how that goes. And what else have we got going? Well, Michelle had mentioned, you maybe have seen it, the Norfolk road trip. We're going to be going up to there. We took a look. I think it's like a 26-mile road that circles on some island, I believe she said, and it's a very beautiful scenic route. And so we're going to be taking that. She called and they said, no, there's really hardly ever any traffic on that, period. What about on is that through the week? No, anytime. So that'll be interesting. We'll go up there. We're still going to keep it to the weekend, or to the week up there, so that, you know, I'm sure there would be less traffic through the week than on the weekend. But that's still on, and so I'll be making some new routes for that. Now here's the other thing that I'm kind of wondering about. You know, I've put out a couple of videos on the ride with GPS. You guys know Michelle and I, we kind of use that as an essential tool when we're out riding. I'm wondering what you guys do on that. Do you just ride where you know where you're at, or close to where you're at anyway, so that you know you can always find your way back? Do you just go out and explore and say, well, I'll find my way back somehow? You know, I could see some folks doing that. I wouldn't mind doing that. I don't have a problem with doing that. Do you use a different app? You know, I'm just really, really curious. And I don't see many other YouTubers talking about, you know, how they know where they're going. Michelle and I, we try and go new places constantly. Every week we try and, even if it's not a new place, we try and take a new route on an old place. Maybe that's because there are so many cycleways around the Raleigh area. So maybe that's why that is. And if I lived somewhere else, maybe I wouldn't even worry about these kind of things. Or, you know, be all that interested in them. I don't know, who knows? But I'd be curious if you'd put down in the comments what you know, how you know where you're going when you're out there cycling. Because we don't know where we're at most of the time. We're starting to learn in the Raleigh area, but a lot of these other places we go, we have no idea where we would be at. What else is going on? Well, I believe it was Pedro suggested when we said, tell us what kind of content you want, that on these e-bike road trips, we should do a road trip and just show everything that we're doing, you know. And I thought, you know what? I don't know if we could do that. We're certainly not real big into filming or anything like that. I'm not 100% sure we can pull that off, but we're going to give that a try when we go to Norfolk. May not come to fruition yet, but I thought it was a pretty nice idea that we are definitely going to try to make that happen. Will it happen at Norfolk? Well, we'll see. What I think is probably going to happen is it will sort of kind of happen at Norfolk, and then the next road trip that we take, it'll kind of sort of happen a little better. And then the next road trip, it would happen better because, you know, we've never done any of this with a selfie stick, you know, looking, we've never done any of that kind of thing at all, period. So, yeah, hey, we'll find out how it works. Other than that, it's just a short afternoon ride. I just popped out of there for about an hour, threw them pedals on, and threw on the new sneakers. See how these things work with them little, not clips, but them little studs on them. And they do have your feet on there a little bit better. Do I think that's necessary for the way I'm riding? No, it's not necessary, but it is kind of nice, as long as they don't tear up the bottom of my shoes. And I'll let you know how that pans out for us, you know, if that, maybe they're supposed to have nothing but cycling shoes or something like this. We'll see. But I think that's going to do it. Hey, you know, it's short and sweet one today. This is just a ride that I thought I'm going to take you guys along with me for a little bit, get out for about an hour and go check this stuff out. And I'll take all my friends from YouTube along, let them ride with me. That's what's going on here in sunny, I was going to say at the beginning of this ride, hot North Carolina, but I think we got some rain coming in, so it's cooled off quite a bit. So we're right here in sunny North Carolina, and hey, one more thing. Stay safe, God bless, keep the wheels turning. Once again, Southern E-Biking, we are out.